Hi, everybody. This is Karen. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. It's one of the most beautiful days that we've had in a long time. There is a little bit of cloud, but it's not really bad. So this past week, I've had 3 dreams. I should say 2 dreams and 1 flash vision. If you don't know what a flash vision is, it is where you get kind of a download. It either happens when you're ready to fall asleep, or sometimes it actually happens to me. Just anywhere. I could be walking. It doesn't matter. And I will just get an impression. And then it's like a huge amount of information, but like in a nanosecond that you get. And it can be like video or just still pictures. So we start off with the flash vision that I had. And I was actually in bed, just closed my eyes, and I got this vision. And I was standing in a field, not like this field. Well, I guess it was kind of like this, but it was large, and there wasn't any trees, and it was very flat, and it went on for quite a ways. And I was in the midst of a bunch of people, but they were military, and one man was talking to me, and he seemed to be upset. He was telling me something. He was giving me instruction, and he was a little bit cranky in his, I must have done something that irritated him, or I have no clue, because that part wasn't given to me. But he was in like camouflage with the kind of little hat that they put on, and I remember he had some type of a band on his arm, but I can't remember what it was. I'm thinking just typical military. And he's telling me this stuff, and I'm listening, and I remember feeling in this, like I said, this is a flash, but this is kind of information you can get literally in a second. And I remember feeling uncomfortable that he was really upset with me. And in the midst of this, as I'm listening to him, all of a sudden, havoc breaks loose, and something hits him, and his arm goes flying off. And he's just standing there in his arm, and I can see his arm, like, literally in slow motion, coming off of and flying out of my vision. And that was the end of that flash vision. So I remember like, whoa, where'd that come from? That was disturbing. And I think it was that night too, I had a dream then. And I'm standing in the same field. So it continued from the flash vision in the same field. And I think it was a continuation after his arm was blown off, because now it is in this vision, or in this dream, because it was in a dream, everybody's running and screaming, and there's orders happening, and you can see that things were coming and hitting the ground, and the dirt flying up. We were being targeted. We were being hit by something. It seemed to be more military, not like planets or stars coming down and hitting. Nothing like that. It was more like we were being attacked by, and so everybody was running, and there was this one guy. He's running towards me, or I'm watching him run it anyways. I'm not really sure where I am in this dream. I'm just watching. I don't know if I'm really there or just seeing the scene. But he's running to beat his band, and there's a big explosion behind him, but it's one of those heat explosions, so it still carries even after it explodes, and it comes, and he's running as fast as he can, and then it hits him, and he's gone. He just like evaporates. And that was the end of that dream. So the next night, I have a very bizarre dream. Again, I'm in the field, the same field. So these 3, that's why I know that they're all interconnected. And the scene's different. I remember looking down at my hands, and I had gloves on, but the kind of wool gloves that you've got fingers, or I cut them off and my fingers are showing. And I'm over a big rocks that are made into a pit. Looks like a makeshift cooking area. And over that, a big old kind of pot. It wasn't a cauldron, so it wasn't like that, but it was just some utilitarian metal big thing that we were cooking in soup. and there was lots of people around. I could just see tents and there was families and children, and everybody looked ragged. Everybody looked like they've really went through it, and everybody looked exhausted. So anyways, I am at the end and I'm stirring the soup and I'm putting in a couple more spices and, just sort of doing this. But this soup was watered down. I remember it wasn't ample. It seemed to be a very watery soup. It looked like we were at our low on our rations. That it was really getting to that point where everybody was really hungry. So as I remember, I'm distracted for a second and I'm not doing it. And this person comes up to the cauldron and had a dirty diaper and shook the contents of the diaper into the soup. And I was like, oh my God, this is like all the food we had. I remember feeling that what am I going to do? So I take out, and I had a utensil that had holes in it. So I'm trying to scoop up the poop because it wasn't an option not to feed the people. There was nothing else. We had gotten together. I remember feeling that we had gotten together. This was all we had. And I'm trying to scoop it out, and I'm thinking, why would that person do that? And then when the person did that, before they walked away, they go, here's some protein for the soup. Shook it out and left. But that was a man. It was not a woman. It was like a soldier who did this. And it seemed to be very spiteful. Like they had their own provisions, the soldiers, but this was for the civilians. And he was just being ignorant. And I remember scooping it out thinking, we still have to eat this. And I was thinking, oh, should I tell people that there was poop thrown in here, or should I just ignore it? Because then people are going to eat, might be something they're going to eat and they're going to wonder. And I'm just like, there was nothing I could do. So that was really where that dream ended. I know it's really crazy. It was sort of like that saggy butt dream that I had a week or so ago. It was just really bizarre, and it stuck with me. And I'm thinking, well, what does this mean? Like, this is crazy. But, all three of those dreams, with the flash memory, vision, really were indicating that there's going to be a big change. And things are going to destabilize soon. And what we think, I had the feeling, especially in the last dream, that the majority of the cities had been bombed, and these were like the survivors coming out, just trying to, because there wasn't cities left. That was the impression that I had. So I also wondered, well, what about there must be, I thought there was a double reason for the poop in the soup. And I really do believe that it had to do with, yes, it was this is a foretelling of things to come, these three dreams. And usually when I get them in three like that, that's not just my imagination running away. That is more of I'm being given messages. So it really is telling us things are going to change quickly, and they're not going to be anything like what we have. And I'd like to say that I know the whole reason why I had these three dreams, whether it is imminent and this is going to happen soon. I know another YouTuber that has visions had something that she's going to be putting down, actually, hopefully this week. And she was saying that it had to do with something along these lines. So we'll see when she puts that on, if it is similar to mine. But I don't know. I don't know whether this is saying that this is going to happen in the next little while. My feeling is things are going to destabilize very quickly when they do. And it's going to happen rapidly, and people are going to be stranded like this, where we're going to be out, and the military is going to try to round us all up and won't be treating us very well. So if you're still on the fence and trying to decide whether you want to dedicate your life to Jesus, whether you want to surrender, I'm going to tell you right now, do it now. Don't wait. This world is getting more and more crazy. With the Noahide laws, I originally filmed this on Sunday, but I'm finishing this, and this is the 26th, and the Noahide laws started. Things could rapidly change. That's a very disturbing prophecy, I believe, is being fulfilled right now. But put your faith in Jesus. Again, I'm going to have at the bottom there how you can dedicate your life and you can be sealed and saved. Love you all. Live in love and light. Talk to you later.